We're going to have a look at the Windows subsystem in a minute. First of all, to have a look at what you have in terms of hardware capabilities, you highlight the speaker icon and right click and select playback devices. This will show us what our system has visibility to all these items. At the moment I'm using a USB headphone and mic to do this tutorial. My main system is connected normally using HDMI to a Sony amplifier. Now if we have a look at this first, we can see in here we have a configure button. The configure button will show us our speaker configuration. In my case I have a 7.1 speaker system, so I have chosen that. You can, in here you can do a test. I'm not sure whether you heard that or not, but all the speakers played. So we go to the next screen. In here you can disable the speakers individually. By individually, in some cases they're pairs, yeah. So the center speaker, then they're off. Subwoofer. The main two speakers will always remain there, because otherwise you have to disable the device. This section here you can define your satellite speakers, i.e. the surround sound speakers, these four here, to be full-blown speakers, i.e. they don't need any help in the bass section, or you can define them as small speakers. If you define them as small speakers, you will get the subwoofer to assist with the bass. So to turn them off, you do that, and you can see the speaker sizes in here have become smaller in size as well, just to give you an indication. Let's turn that back on. Okay, that's that. So that's that section finished. Also, my motherboard, we have a set of audio rear jacks. Normally they will appear at the back of your motherboard. You have a left and right, center and subwoofer, rear and left, rear left and right, and surround left and right as well. So those are the back of the motherboard. You can use them as well if you want to. Those signals are analog, yeah. Now the Realtek chip also has a headphone socket jack as well, so you can use that. Along with those units you have an SPDIF connection on the back of the motherboard. This is a high definition audio digital channel. This is a fiber, or it can be coax depending on your motherboard. I'll show you some pictures in a minute. One thing I wanted to show you on the recording sound of things, on some of the microphones, for example on the Sony high definition microphone, under the levels section you have the option to do a boost on the microphone. Maximum you can go is plus 30 dB. So if I turn this down, you probably won't hear me very well. There you go, I've turned that down a bit. You can also turn the whole level of the microphone in there as well. In here you can define how to record your sound in terms of quality. You can either go all the way up to 24-bit 2000 hertz. That's studio quality. Okay. Now going back to the HDMI channel, in here you can look at the driver details and so on. Yeah. Under supported formats, this will show you what your system is capable of doing. As you can see in here, you've got quite a variety of formats: DTS, Dolby Digital, etc. Yeah. Now, when you play in those formats, your audio-video receiver or whatever the amplifier is has to be capable of decoding those formats. Otherwise, you will not hear any sound. And here you see the sample rates you can use. One of the things of interest in here is the number of channels. It says 8. This is on the HDMI. HDMI 2.0 supports 8 digital channels. The new version, HDMI 2.0B, is going to support 32 channels. So you have lots more in terms of channel, but I don't think that's been implemented as yet by Microsoft on Windows. In terms of cabling, the cables 2.0B, A, and even older versions, they are all capable of doing the same thing. The newer cables will give you Ethernet over the cable as well. Okay. Quickly, let's have a look at the SPDIF properties as well. See in here, this only supports a limited amount of formats. Doesn't support all the ones the HDMI cable supported. Yeah. And you can do a test here if you wanted to, just to see whether that works, but I haven't got the cable plugged in at the moment, so I can't do that. But it does work because I've used that before. Okay, let's have a look. This is like a picture of the SPDIF connection. This usually is either coax or optical. Yeah. This is the analog jacks at the back, which we've discussed earlier. You can have, like, these are all left and right, or subwoofer and something else, and the pink one is the microphone normally. So as the analog channels, another picture of the analog channels. See, this one's give you some meaningful things in there. C sub, center and sub, rear, side speakers, microphone, output and input. That's for a 3.5 RCA jack. Right, now this is a picture at the back of my RX 480 video card. It's got 3 DisplayPort connections and 1 HDMI connection. The HDMI supports HDCP 2.2 and also HDMI 2.0. HDCP 2.2 is extremely important, as you won't be able to play copyrighted material to your screen from your PC if it's protected by HDCP 2.2. At the other end we have the amplifier, which my HDMI is routed to. This amplifier has got 5 HDMI connections, and it's capable of HDCP 2.2 on the input and on the output. So that should be capable of doing that. Also in here we have 2 optical connections and a coax for SPDIF. Both of these are SPDIF. And these are like the audio channels if you wanted to feed your audio connections from the PC to the amplifier. Okay, I hope you liked that little tutorial. Thank you for watching.